Alright, this is a test back-to-back of the 15 to 45mm in a very dark environment, almost pitch dark actually, and then the 18 to 55. So we'll see how they do. So there's the door here. Is it focusing? Also OIS. So the room's nearly pitch dark. I'm going to turn the lights on in a second. There's the window there. Alright. Has the OIS, has the field of view, has the noise of the focusing motor. So if I stand in the corner here, it's nice that I've got the entire room and a chunk of the table. So it's not ultra wide angle, but it's very, very useful to have. So we're at ISO 2500. Let me zoom in to 45mm. Okay, that's ISO 8000. Wow. Okay, then about 3200 here. But yes, that's it's quite bad because of the f5.6 ISO 8000 in a well-lit room. And about ISO 3200, 2500 in a wide shot. Okay, now let's go into a slightly darker room with the light on. This is a very, very dim light. Okay, 12800 ISO. But it's nice if I stand by the stairs, you can see most of the room. So that's a nice little thing to have. Alright, and now with the lights on. Right, so this is ISO 2500 in a well lit room, and you can see most of the room. And if we zoom in, Chloe's awake, then it's for ISO 5000 in a well lit room, 6400 even. Right, let's zoom back out, and let's go get the 18 to 55. Alright, same exact test with the 18 to 55, so much more expensive lens. Stop faster. Let's see if this has any impact on the brightness of the image. So quite dark here. See if we can focus on the window, yes. Alright, moving on. Alright, so I'll stand in the same spot, and yeah, as expected really, a stop faster, so ISO 2000 instead of 2500, but you can see that if I try to roughly line up the view from the same spot, so I'm standing in the exact same spot, and you can't see the table, and you can't see as much of the room, so it's not amazing at showing what's happening. Even if I want to show cooking something, it's a little bit tight on the 18mm. So zooming in, what did we have before? Yeah, ISO 5000. I think we're at 6400 on the 15 to 45. So yeah, a stop quicker. Yep, as expected really. So you can see you can punch in a tiny bit tighter, but it's much less noticeable versus the wide, which is quite a substantial difference. Alright, let's go into the other room. Switch on the little light. I'll stand in the exact same spot as before. Oh, this one's actually struggling to focus there a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so ISO 12800 in a dimly lit room, but it's -1, whereas the other one's -1.5, -2. So yeah, about half a stop to a stop quicker in similar conditions. Now let's turn on the light, stand in the same spot. Yep, ISO 1600 instead of 2000, so About a stop, not even a stop. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. ISO 3200, whereas the other one, I don't remember what it was. I think it was, well, we'll have to listen to the video. But again, you can see standing in the same spot, you don't quite get the same impact of seeing the whole room. It'll be also interesting to see what the OIS is like, but it seems maybe it was a fluke, but the autofocus there struggled a little bit more than the 15-45, so that's interesting. Alright, so just for fun, here's the same test with the Samyang f2 12mm. So I had to turn off the OIS on this one because it just creates horrible wobbly corners, but with the OIS off it's reasonably usable. It's also manual focus, so we're going to have to be focusing manually here. So let's focus on the window, roughly there. I'm not actually in the manual focus mode, so that's not helpful. Alright, going into the kitchen. Switching on the light. Yeah, so you can see the field of view is very nice. So if we just try to roughly match the angle, so I'm in the same spot in all of these shots. So really good for capturing what's going on. Obviously I can't zoom in, but it's ISO 1200 instead of whatever it was, 2000, 3000. Yeah, so really good for low light. Let's try the other room. Okay, so standing in the exact same spot, again you can see just how dramatically wider the angle is. Obviously no OIS on this one, but ISO 1215. So that's very nice, very good for low light. Whereas the other ones were at 2500, 3000, those sorts of levels. So this is f2. If I bring it down to f2.8, we should get something similar to the 18-55. So that's ISO 2000. Yeah, that's about right. And then if I bring it to f3.5, we're at ISO 2500. So yeah, it pretty much corresponds to the spots. So one stop, 2000, another stop, 2.5, another stop, 3200, another stop, 4000, 5000, even 8000. So we're at f5.6 now, and that's ISO 8000. Let's do the same test in the kitchen actually, because we had ISO 6000 at f5.6, didn't we? But we're actually seeing ISO 8000, so maybe Samyang are not very accurate here. Let's take a stop back. So that's around f4.5, and that is ISO 5000. Alright, so that gives you an idea of what to expect. Back to ISO, back to f2. So yeah, fantastic little lens, but manual focus, so just bear that in mind. Alright, I'm trying this test again, this time with OIS, but digital stabe switched off. Digital stabe is an absolute nightmare when it comes to this lens. But OIS should in theory work, so let's try it. Going to focus manually on the window. There we go. Okay. Let's go to the kitchen. Okay. The cat wants to go outside. Let me focus on the cat. There we go. So how's the panning and movement? And if I walk around, is this super shaky or is this usable? How are the corners? Okay, let's go to the living room. How's this? So I'll try to do smooth walking back. How is this looking? Also, here is with the lens hood, and here's without the lens hood. Is there any difference? Let's try. So I'm walking forward, I've got some light sources. Walking backwards, I'll put the lens hood back on. Walking forwards. Walking backwards. Is the lens hood doing anything to control this glare?